By law, the issue of numbers in tabulation could be better argued by way of an elections petition brought before the courts. But the opposition is adamant that this and other requests that have been made so far do not fall within the remit of an elections petition. According to attorney at law Anil Nandlall, Jagdio's reasons for requesting these statements of poll is to further bring clarity to the remit of District 4's returning officer Mr. Claremont Mingo. The opposition has claimed that it is seeking clarity as to how Mingo arrived at the recent figures released by GCOM. Nandlall was grilled by members of the media about a recent High Court ruling by Chief Justice Roxanne George, who had provided clarity on the same issue Jagdio brought before the courts.
It's not getting into numbers, Dennis. It's trying to understand how did he add up. Because what are the functions of the RO under Section 84? He is to add up, he is to ascertain the number of votes cast for each list of candidates by adding up the votes. And if he is saying that the statements of poll is the basis for his adding up, but his numbers are different from the numbers that are in the statements of poll in the possession of other parties, one of the best way of reconciling that dispute or resolving that dispute is to get a neutral statements of poll, which are the statements of poll in the possession of the chief elections officer.
The attorney posited that the issue of the opposition is not one of numbers, but procedure, even though the request for the statements of poll deals specifically with the final tabulation of District 4.
What Her Honor said was adding up of numbers, but we have not reached the adding up of numbers. We want to show that the RO was not using, he could not have been using the statements of poll. And the Chief Justice said he must use the statements of poll. And if low and field statements of polls are produced, it can easily establish that the RO was not using statements of poll. He had to have been getting those numbers from some other source.
He was further questioned by the media as to why the PPPC's most recent concerns were not raised in previous court hearings, which could have saved the court time and resulted in an amicable solution.
It's a lot of time, a lot of issues that have been condensed and compressed within a narrow period of time. These things, there's a lot of work that have to be done, that were done in terms of compiling affidavits, etc. And these issues are arising as the case is progressing.
Javone Vickerie, HGP Nightly News.